honored guest. Table topics are a way for unscheduled speakers to have a little time in the spotlight. As table topics master, I will provide a topic for volunteer to respond to and make up a speech right on the spot. The speeches will be 1 to 2 minutes long. And I thought tonight, as we are coming out of the pandemic or coming out of the lockdown, I thought we could let our imagination roam and think about maybe doing something different for a living. Not only that, thought I would take it up a notch, and in keeping with tonight's theme of May the 4th, it would be even more fun if you could think of how a Star Wars character would do in a profession that is based here on Earth. So the way that it works is this. In this jar, I have written names of some Star Wars characters. And for this purpose, and because I do have to date myself, I focused on characters from the first movie, the most famous and archetypal one. Yeah. In this other jar, I have some common professions. I will pick randomly from each jar, and your speech can either, or if you don't know the character, you can, maybe put yourself in that position. So think about how you or the Star Wars character will do this common job. Any volunteers? Franny. Okay.
Sure, why not? And I'm really glad that you picked from the first Star Wars movies, because I think I've only seen 3 of them. And I saw them when they first aired in the movies, because you know what? I'm old. Okay.
Your Star Wars character is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Okay.
And the Obi-Wan Kenobi's new occupation is bartender.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Table Topics Master. I think Obi-Wan Kenobi would be perfectly suited to be a bartender. Number one, he knows everything. So there's not a drink that's going to get away from him. There's not a concoction he won't know. And he'll also have that wonderful knack that bartenders have of putting their clients, their patrons at ease. All he has to say is, "You are at ease." And perfect, with or without the alcohol. But he'd probably make more in tips, which is how bartenders make their money, if he didn't quite put them to ease so quickly. I think that Obi-Wan Kenobi as a bartender would be a fabulous new career for him. He might even last a little bit. Topics Master.
Thank you, Franny. That was excellent. Anyone else?
Oh, come on, you guys. I did it.
Karen. Oh, I forgot. I have to do this now. Oh, you get Yoda? Barista.
All right. Fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. A barista, I'd rather be a bartender than a barista, but I could be a barista. And I think Yoda would make it depends. He'd be good. And if you're looking up at the board and you're trying to figure out, he'll tell you there is no try. What's the whole, I'm trying to remember my Star Wars. But he'd stay calm. He'd let you know, hey, you got a long line behind you. I need you to make a decision. But he'd do it in a way that would not disrupt you. Unfortunately, I don't think he'd ever sell caffeine. I don't think he'd ever sell you any caffeinated drinks, which would be too bad. And he would always garble or switch around the names of the drinks. So if you wanted single short non-fat latte, he would say latte, single short non-fat. And of course, the longer it got, the worse it would be. But nonetheless, I think that he would do okay at the, never have to touch anything. He could just levitate all the pieces. And that is why I think Yoda would probably be an all right barista. Madam Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Karen. That was excellent. Any other takers? Amy. Amy, you have...
Why not?
Oh, Han Solo. And how would Han Solo do as a mailman?
Ooh. Toastmasters and guests. It's a little bit hard to imagine Han Solo in his new job as a mailman. Picture this. Delivering far and wide to universes outside of our own. Getting that mail there, maybe 3 or 4 days late, but it would definitely be quicker than the coffee that you bought from Yoda, who would still be meditating. Han Solo would be excited for this job, I believe. But then again, I believe he'd be excited for any job, especially if he could take Chewbacca with him. And with Chewbacca, he wouldn't have to worry about the dogs. You know, mailmen have to worry about dogs. This is a truth, an unfortunate truth. You can't open a gate to drop mail without worrying about dogs. And Chewie would take care of that, no problem whatsoever. I do, however, think that Han Solo would have a problem following the Postman's Creed, or any creed for that matter. He is sort of his own person and tends to get in trouble. I would hate to have my most important mail stuck and frozen in, was it lead? Silver? I don't remember, for all of creation. The Toastmasters, although Han Solo would not be the best postman ever, you would definitely get your mail well before your coffee.
Thank you so much, Amy. And I believe Vicky raised her hand earlier.
Yeah, sure.
Great. So let's see. Oh, you get Luke Skywalker.
Oh.
Let's see what, as a chef.
Okay. Well, as we know, Toastmasters and most welcome guests. This is what I think the take on is Luke Skywalker as a chef. So as we know, he was a farmer and he came from a farm planet. So I think he has a good idea of how the food is grown, and the food that he serves you would probably be really nice organic food from his own farm. He kind of already dresses like a chef, so he's got that going for him. All we need to do is get him a really tall hat and he could be the sous chef. I think it would be fantastic to attach some chopping hands on his droids so that the food could be chopped faster. It would be in uniform julienne slices or cubes or however it's supposed to be in the dish at the time. Energy and electricity by using the force to cook the food and to prepare the food for you. So all he would have to do is really enlist the droids to chop the food, and then he can just have the force create the food delivered to your table beautifully, on time, hot or cold, however you want it. I think he might be lacking in conversation, but the food presentation would probably make up for it. So please welcome Luke Skywalker to his new trade as a chef. Thank you.
Thank you, Vicki. Well done. Do we have time for one more? Okay. All right.
And Samantha, you're welcome to join in if you'd like.
Thank you. I'm enjoying just observing this one.